Hello.
Oh my god! Monsters! What's up, guys?
We were recording.
We're recording. We're totally recording. But we're streaming. We're doing a lot of things, and we're doing a lot of those things on A Tale of Three Dragons, Black Dragon Gaming's Pathfinder patron game set in the Dragon Empires of Tian Sha. We're down a man today. Chase couldn't make it, so Mac is over there. Yeah, Mac, Tiki. Thank you guys for your support. Like we just talked about in the monthly patron chat, like I'm literally paying the rent because of y'all, and that feels super sweet. For everybody over on Twitch, and I guess I should open Twitch, make sure like we're coming through okay and not being super terrible. And Kane's gonna start chewing me out on Twitch now. I'm gonna open it up, and there he is, just being the worst. Anywho, we are Black Dragon Gaming, your source on YouTube for all your Pathfinder 1st and 2nd edition content, everything you ever need. We've got you covered, but right now we're gonna worry a little more about our people who need hero points. We're going to start with the guy who gave me a jump scare last session, I think is what we're going to do. Last session... Oh, I don't know. I don't know, Mac. Who showed up like 40 minutes in when I wasn't prepared to just... Me? Definitely might have almost crapped my pants on that one. Anyway, last session...
Well, he is a rat folk.
Last session, the party got attacked by too many hobgoblins. They were captured. They woke up in a nice old lady's hut who, after some mild hallucinations that might come from something like, poison, they were told that they had been poisoned. They had been out in the forest looking for a friend of theirs, a fellow student at a local monastery by the name of Kiyomi. They weren't able to find her, but they did find her Tetsubo, as well as the hat of the farmer she had gone out to protect from hobgoblins, which turned out to be a Jingasa of the Fortunate Soldier. So the horse is styling. Hero is styling right now with that hat that's sized to fit his elongated head.
Learn how to make one of those for everybody in the party.
They're really good. There's a reason that item got nerfed, for sure. Anywho, the party is on the way right now to a little kitsune village in the Forest of Spirits to find Kiyomi's parents, as well as a kitsune by the name of Kuratama. Yeah, Robin, that's right. I'm borrowing you if you're watching this. Because their master at the monastery was unable to heal their poison. And now, for that in-character reflection for the hero points, because we're already super behind and I should stop extrapolating. Tarask, how you feeling?
This journey has not been one that I wish to continue much longer. It seems as though the farther away from the monastery we go, the worse the situation seems to unfold. Be it the death of a friend, death of innocence, poison, strange creatures. It's not been going well, and it seems like any time I open my mouth to say anything, I proceed to have a foot shoved down it. Noticeably by someone who can swing a sword better than I can. But gotta keep going. Gotta get this poison out of our system. And then, I think I speak for all of us when I say we gotta start shoving some... alchemical? Arcane. Psionic. Sharp, pointy things will do. Start shoving some sharp, pointy things down the throats of the hobgoblins that did this to her. Screw it, I don't need to be intellectual this time. I just need to start killing them.
Oh, and so we see Tarask's descent into evil. Also, you get that hero point. Tiki, you with us over there? I hear the clicking. He can hear
Yes,
us.
I am.
Alright, it's Honor's turn.
Well, lost family. Once again, lost in the world, but not without direction. We have a place to go, people we need to inform, and revenge to seek. I feel quite lost. I thought I'd left this type of world behind, but I guess my lot in life is one of loss and darkness. But that's okay. I have my torches. And Kiyomi shall live forever in my heart with this. And I actually have an idea of how to keep her with us in the fight. So not all is lost. And as soon as we find the way, we will have her back.
Well, that is some foreshadowing that I wasn't aware of. Fair enough. You get your hero point. My friend, again, Chase is not with us. So Hiei, as you guys are riding through the Forest of Spirits, just quietly guiding his horse. Random.
Hero.
Yeah, Hiei guides Hero. I forget the horse has a name, but the horse is OP. Horse deserves a name. Oh, yes. Quietly just saying aphorisms from the temple. You guys know you're traveling to a part of the Forest of Spirits where it's gonna get pretty cold. The place kind of... it's not quite right to say it's locked in, like, forever winter, but it basically is. It's gonna get a lot out of season colder really, really soon. Snow is likely. You guys have a couple of days traveling through the forest. And if there's anything you'd like to do, or if there's any planning you'd like to do, the floor is yours.
Curse myself for not taking Endure Elements.
Yes, so Tetsubo, is that a one-handed or two-handed weapon?
A Tetsubo is a two-handed weapon. And remember, the master took Kiyomi's Tetsubo and squished it down. Now it's just kind of like a little coin. But it's essentially a great club with, I think, a better crit modifier. I think it's a ×4 great club.
I didn't actually realize he'd shrunk it down, but is that something that can be reversed or what?
You guys might be able to figure it out.
Right, because the reason is I was actually going to wrap the blade of the Tetsubo with torch cloth and actually basically treat it as a torch and then have it lit so that I could have her Kiyomi with me in battle.
That's the thing. You could definitely do that. There's not necessarily so much a blade, so much as just like it's a great club that has studs on it, on like all four sides of it as it goes up.
Yeah, I was just basically going to treat it as a giant torch.
Okay, sure, that works. We could treat it as a torch that's like one size category too big, and it's like a two-handed torch. Yeah, you know what? Sure, by the powers vested in me by Paizo Productions in the Inner Series, and the Master shows up for just long enough to fix it, and you have it back.
All right, that works. But yeah, I would basically be wrapping it with the tar and cloth as we walk.
Okay, fair enough.
Walk, I thought we were riding. Or do we only have Hero?
Well, you only have Hero, I don't ride.
Yeah, you get to ride because you're a rat folk. You can squeeze in the front.
Yeah, I walk because I've never ridden a horse before. I've only ridden cave lizards. So,
That's
yeah,
fair.
I don't actually have a mount.
Now I'm kicking myself for not taking mount. Damn it. All the spells. All the spells and all the scrolls.
Wizard probs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give me a few more levels and some thousands of gold and I'll start fixing them.
Wizard solutions.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's how they work.
That is definitely how it works, yeah. So you guys, as you're making your way through the forests, can you guys both make perception checks for me, real quick?
And one for Farron.
And one for Farron.
It was funny. Hey!
You did it! That's a natural 19.
That's a
wisdom.
That's a natural 10.
4.
That's a natural 15 for Farron.
Seems good.
All right, I'm still trying to get my laptop up, so could you just roll a generic
Sure, what do you add?
perception for me?
Do you know what you add?
I know I have a +4, but I don't know what my perception is, so just roll it as a +4.
Okay, sure, understood. You have made a 17. So the three of you, and Hiro and Hiei obviously notice this, they just don't say anything about it. One of them is a horse and can't talk. One of them is just too busy with Ichimio aphorisms. But it starts to get really cold out of nowhere. And not like winter cold either. Just like as you guys are moving, it's almost more like the hairs all stand up on the back of your neck or entire body in the Rad Folks case, I suppose. Just sort of all at once, and both of you and Hiei and Hiro as well begin to like shiver. Not in like, oh, we're gonna freeze to death, but like almost as if you're being watched or followed. There's definitely spirits exist in the Forest of Spirits, for sure, hence the name. And as you've been writing, you've seen several of them have seen you, but nothing's interacted with you. Now, all of a sudden, it's as if the walls of the forest are starting to close in.
Can I roll a knowledge arcana to maybe get a clue as to what's going on?
You can.
Can Farron also roll one?
Yeah, sure.
Crap baskets.
Farron reasons out a little more that it's definitely some kind of supernatural thing. It certainly has something to do with the nature of the forest you're in, but the specific what's are a little farther off.
Hmm. I'm just gonna kind of like look to Enrui.
Anmu.
It's Enru. You had it right.
I had it
Anmu.
right to begin. That's gonna become the joke of this series. It's just Mac getting every name wrong ever.
Hey man, names are
Enru.
hard.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Tarrasque will look to Enru. I think something around here is trying to play with us, but I'm not certain. You have any advice?
Well, it's a forest of spirits. Stop and ask it to come out and state its business. I mean, seriously, they used to be people. They probably have something to say.
I would know about the kami, right?
Yeah, you guys all have a general understanding that the kami are spirits that exist to protect things that can't protect themselves, shrines, trees.
Yeah, but like kami were never people originally. Like they were created as like spirits, right?
Right,
Well-
correct. But the Forest of Spirits
Well,
itself
they're
also
made-
has other, like, ghosts in
Okay.
it.
So yeah, I'll step off. I'll just like hop down off the horse. Farron's still on it.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of like say in Sylvan, or yes, the form of Sylvan that this forest speaks. That's kind of what my character would know more. So
Sure.
just kind of says, "Hello, who goes there?"
Trask begins to taste his own foot as something
Yeah.
attacks. Okay.
Some attack me. God damn.
Nothing attacks you, but a spirit
I'm
manifests itself in the path, and as it does so, you both feel considerably colder than you did, as if the cold was emanating from this thing. It takes a humanoid form, though the hair is really awkwardly spiked up, as if it had been sleeping in the forest and it woke up after a bajillion years of Rip Van Winkling, and its hair had been disheveled. It's about the size of a human. It appears to be dressed like a human commoner, but it's very, very, very ethereal. You can see pretty much right through it, with the exception of its two white eyes, which are the only things on the body of the creature that are opaque. It reaches out to you. Go ahead.
Upon seeing the apparition, I would stop and bow low, giving it deference before standing back up and lighting my torch.
Alrighty, it begins speaking in a language. It kind of sounds like it's speaking in several languages backwards, to tell you the truth. Just kind of like whispers that come and go throughout your minds in a really slow drawl, hanging on every like third syllable, stretching out, almost like serpentine in nature. It reaches out to Hiei. And Hiei seems just completely mesmerized by this thing from under his veil. And he reaches out back. The two get in such a way that they almost like Michelangelo each other. And then Hiei pulls back at the very last second. Like as the spirit would like grab his hand, Hiei pulls back and just, ah! He holds his head, leans forward on Hiro's back. Hiro begins stamping nervously. The spirit doesn't move. The spirit continues to just stand in the path in front of the three of you.
I'm gonna look over to Farron and say,
Do you understand what that is saying?
as Farron has true speak.
Oh, yes, I did give you a Sylvanshi, didn't I? Yeah.
Yes.
I should have given you a Kate Sith like Kane said. Okay. Farron...
I just quickly looked up what true speak does just to make sure I was right.
True Speak is, if I understand it correctly, actually, True Speak means it can speak to anything. It can't
Yeah,
understand.
receive answers.
So-
It may not be able to understand it, but if it uses true speak, I'll be like,
Perhaps can you try true speaking with it, Farron?
Yeah, it certainly could. You may ask.
You can communicate with any creature that is not mindless as long as you can be heard. Your speech is understandable to all creatures.
Yeah, so I'll just have Farron say, in true speak.
You may ask questions and receive answers.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. Hello, who are you? I guess is the question Farron asks kind of first.
Okay. The spirit looks in Farron's direction and reaches a hand out to it, and as it does so, the hand passes entirely just through and through Farron. Farron doesn't react to it, unless like you're familiar to run from the thing or something. But it doesn't seem.
I would trust Farron to rely on his instincts to back off if he thinks it's dangerous.
Okay, fair enough.
Because he has +1 wisdom and intelligence. He's an intelligent creature by all means now.
Yeah.
Even including the sage stuff.
That is very fair. And, like, the hand moves through the Sylvanshi. Farron looks down at it. It doesn't seem to react at all. The hand comes back through Farron. Farron appears fine. But the spirit doesn't say anything back. Also, true speech is a special ability. I had to double check it, because I had a Sylvanshi for a long time on a witch. It says that all Gathians can speak with any creature that has a language as though using a tongue spell. The ability is always active.
Oh.
So.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was looking at the spell.
Yeah, I looked at the spell True Speak too. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought. Okay.
So the spirit turns in Tarask's direction, and it reaches down towards Tarask's head. Still, like, it almost sounds like a really harsh whisper in your direction.
Okay, how good's my will save?
Well, full caster.
Yeah, I'm a full caster. It's 5.
I double lied. Tongues lets it understand. Farron would understand. I'm the best at this game.
Okay. Okay, yeah. No, don't worry about it. It's confusing. That's what happens when you have multiple things named really similarly close to one another, but you don't differentiate it.
It is what it is.
So that's what happens to most things in Pathfinder, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll slowly reach my hand out to it. Thank you, Paizo, for supporting this live stream. I'll just slowly reach my hand out towards it.
Okay, make a will save.
I knew that was coming. Oh, no. 17.
All right, so you reach out to this thing, and it reaches back, and it's the same story. Your hand gets almost there. You begin to Michelangelo at each other, and in your mind, it feels not unlike you're trying to, like, if your brain was a jigsaw puzzle, and there was a definitively, like, square-shaped piece that you needed to finish that jigsaw puzzle, but all you had was a triangle. Yet you wanted to take a hammer to that triangle and force the triangle without yielding its shape at all to fit in the puzzle. That's what your brain feels like. Before this thing reaches out to grab you, you're able to pull back, but it hurts. It hurts real bad. You probably you definitely dropped to your knees on the ground, holding your head, screaming out. The spirit doesn't move. Hiei also still hasn't really recovered from this. And Hero continues to just stamp nervously.
Do I come to soon enough? Like, I do have a pretty high constitution.
You have agency. You just, it hurts is where you get left off after that will save.
Okay. So I just, kind of, back away from it.
Mm-hmm. I would step between the rat folk and the apparition, holding up my torch, keeping in mind my torch is actually a magical source of fire. Okay.
It doesn't seem to dissipate the spirit at all. The light goes through it. It refracts a little.
I'm not actually trying to put it into the being. I'm just sitting there holding it in front of it so it knows that I will attack if it tries.
Fair enough.
I'm protecting my rat folk.
Makes sense.
What's with you and owning other players in their games? Jesus.
It's not an owning other players thing. It's more like your friends are yours, aren't they? Are they not your friends?
Yeah.
Weird choice of words, I guess. I'm not used to that choice of words. But yeah, so I'll also have Farron get up into the trees I guess, if that's okay, in order to stay away, because Farron does, if I think, have a... Yeah, Farron has a fly speed of 90, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
So
Farron just...
Farron kind of
yeah.
like leans down in the saddle and like starts scooting its butt like a cat about to pounce, and then it pounces into the sky, and the pounce just kind of continues as it flies up into a tree. The spirit doesn't seem to pay it any mind. Focused on Anru, it holds its hand out in Anru's direction. Its hand goes through the fire of the torch, and it seems to not be affected by it.
I don't think I have anything helpful for this. I'm just gonna mutter,
Be careful, this thing messes with your head. But I'm not certain what it wants.
Indeed. I would actually actively try to keep the thing from actually touching me. I don't want to know what that hand does.
Fair
or where
enough.
it's been.
Fair enough.
I knew you were gonna go there.
Okay. It doesn't make any effort to grab out of you. It continues speaking in its strange language and continues to stand in front of you guys on the path. Its eyes just kind of taking you all in.
Can I do a linguistics check to try to make it out?
Yeah, sure.
Could I? I
Yeah.
also have pretty high linguistics, and I have a familiar with true speak.
That's accurate. I need a... When Farron rolls it, Farron roll with disadvantage. Or not Farron, Tarask rather. Farron's fine. Farron's in the trees.
Alright. So, disadvantage, what do you mean by that?
Oh,
Roll it twice?
Twice and take the lower,
Roll
like in
twice, take lower.
5e.
15.
Solid. Okay, so both of you can put together that it sounds like it's speaking mostly common. There might be like every third or fourth word is Senzon, the Tien Celestial, or the Tien Sylvan rather, or Celestial. But mostly it's just common, like backwards with every fourth or fifth word like ciphered. It's just like...
Alright, so I have Tien, Elven, Undercommon, Drow Language, Draconic, Infernal, Abysmal, Celestial, and Sylvan.
Nice. So when I say common, I mean Tien for you guys. And it just like, I watch. I wait. You are not complete. And it kind of just loops stuff like that over and over.
Okay, so what order is it speaking the languages in?
Mostly common. The random words seem to be random. Like there's no real pattern to it. It might be like 5 in Celestial, then like 4 in Sylvan, Senzon, etc., etc. As you guys begin to put this together, Tarask feels not unlike how he felt when he came to in the cottage, like when he sat up and felt like from overexertion or from sitting up a little too fast, he gets really dizzy, and this is the result of the disadvantage. He can't quite keep his thoughts together.
With linguistics check, do you think I could try to mimic its way of speech? Because I have most of those languages. It would, I mean, just trying to speak the word backwards would be probably weird.
Yeah. Yeah, you can make another linguistic check.
All right. Let's see, one check. Yeah, it's
you can
still 17 though.
You can try, and you're mostly able to pull it off, but the spirit doesn't seem to care. It just continues looking at you guys.
What I'm actually going to try to say, I wouldn't try to actually speak the words backwards, but I would cadence the common to the Sylvan to whatever as close to the speech pattern I heard as possible. Keep watching, keep waiting, please step aside.
Okay. It does so. It walks to the side of the path, continuing to watch you. Like, as it does so, it pivots like this, so it can still see you, and its body faces that way, and it continues just, I watch. I wait. More just stuff like that. Hiei also, like, as he tries to figure out what this thing is, his hand goes to his head. He clearly also isn't feeling the best.
I'm just gonna, the link that wizards have to their familiars, just tell Farron to stay in the tree.
Sure. Okay. You're able to do so.
I would wave. I I would wave Tarask and Hero and Hiei forward past me so I can keep myself between it and the or them and the creature. Says we mean this place no harm. We just pass through.
Okay. Hiei gets a hand on the reins and he gets to spur Hero forward, but Hero gets your meaning, for Hero is a smart horse and begins clobbing off on its own.
Yeah, Tarask also hops on back and is like, "Okay, Hero, it's just like you know what to do, Hero," sort of pat on the sides.
Fair enough. Okay. The spirit makes no attempt to chase after you guys. It just continues to stare as everyone who's not Enru moves off.
Enru, Farron jumps down onto your shoulder, kind of like watching over your shoulder, as if to be like "Hey, Tarask is still paying attention."
It's fine.
Fair enough. Okay. You guys
I would actually travel backwards at half speed, literally never turning away from the creature.
Okay, fair enough. You guys do so, and eventually you turn a corner in the path and you lose line of sight with the thing, but as you're moving back, it continues to just stare in your direction as you stare at it. Once you turn that corner, you can look up and you can see the pine trees are beginning to be covered in snow unnaturally, which leads you to believe you're pretty close on where that Kitsune village is, but somehow it feels warmer as you move past this thing. It's cold, but it's not hair stand up on the back of your neck cold.
Cold. It's a physical cold, and we can take the physical cold better than we can the soul cold.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Putting away my regular torch, I'd take out the dual-sided one that I was given by the master and light both ends and keep walking, turning around to actually catch up with everybody now.
Okay, sure.
All right.
You guys are able to do so. Nothing else jumps out at you.
That was unpleasant.
Indeed.
I really don't think this place likes people being here.
Does not surprise me, unfortunately. Tends to be that. Have you heard of the tale of the Forgotten Empire?
No, it's not a tale that we get much where I'm from.
Well, forgive me, but it's been a while since I've heard it myself, but one of the earliest stories I was ever told about these woods was that of the Forgotten Empire. There was some daimyo, shogun, I do not remember what title he called it himself, but he lived in this area, basically off a timber kingdom, and over time grew too greedy and too wealthy, and, well, the kami dealt with him. In fact, the only reason we know that the empire ever existed to begin with is because the kami left it as a reminder to not disturb them.
Well, do you think we should move towards the chill or try to find a different path? Because I'm not exactly sure where the village is supposed to be.
This chill is... It does not feel magical in origin, as unmagical as it can be in the spirit of forests. It doesn't feel like the chill caused by that creature behind us, so my best advice would be to continue on this path and trust in our more animalistic companions to use their instincts where we may falter. After all, our kind may not be fully welcomed here, but theirs is. And they would know best where not to go. I say, kind of just like patting Hero, as if to reinforce, like, the horse knows what he's doing.
Hero kind of, like, nods if Hero was a human, but as a horse just kind of, like, throws its mane back. Very My Little Pony, just whoosh.
Oh.
We really need to find him.
Wait, no, he can't throw his hair back. He's got his hat on. Remember?
He can balance the hat. He is amazing. He earned that by killing Izobu.
It's got a drawstring, okay? It's held on.
That's also true. Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, I think we just keep Hiei around for Hero. I think.
Yeah.
Seems good.
Hero, absolutely fabulous hat, though.
Yeah, fine hat. So as you guys are having this conversation,
she spoke that. Fabulous hat, though.
Throws its head back again. As you guys are having this conversation, you turn the corner Make a perception check.
Oh boy, turn to corner, make perception checks. Good old fashioned. Okay, here's mine. Here's Farron.
Ooh, how
that's
low
actually
did
Farron's.
I got a 2?
You did.
Wow.
Okay, so
I
Farron's the
see
one on
nothing.
top.
So, Anaru and to an extent, Farron, as you turn the corner and everything kind of opens up and you hit this really big clearing, it kind of looks like there's just random formations of rocks that have random crystals of all colors sprouting out of them. Farron, on the other hand, correctly identifies what are buildings. They are extremely alien in origin to Farron. Not to Farron, damn it, to Tarask. The beast name is the player's name. To Tarask, they're very, very, very foreign. Oh, no, I got it right. I had it right. Farron has the big procession. I see the name now. You guys together, putting your heads together, you realize that you've come on some kind of settlement. It doesn't really look like a Kitsune settlement. At this point, it really just appears to be one building that's come out of the side of like a cliff face almost. And again, it just kind of looks like a random stone formation with... Farron can reason it out that the random crystal formations are probably like doors, windows, things of that nature.
Still better than just being in the random forest with Mr. Stairs a lot. I'm gonna hop off Hero.
Okay.
And just kind of look over to Anru and just be like,
It seems as though we have settled upon a settlement, but don't think this is the Kitsune one.
Mm-hmm. If Tarask actually shared the information about this being a village.
I think that was kind of implied with the we settled upon a settlement.
Yeah, I know. But I would actually walk over towards what I think to be one of the houses and attempt to knock on the door with the butt of a torch.
Okay. You do so, and as Anru gets closer, it looks really weird on the surface. It makes no sense on the surface, but the architecture looks very Sphere of Neblin in construction. It's not unlike something you would see in the Darklands. As you knock on the door, the first crack of the torch happens. Then you come back for the second one. The door, which appears to be just one solid piece of crystal, opens up. And the gnome is very green, very worrisome green, and its hair has been dyed black, and it has a nose ring almost as big as its ear coming out of one of its nostrils. You're not quite sure how the creature is able to keep its head on straight. And it's just Oh, you are Drow! Welcome! Come in, please, come in! And he backs off and the door opens. And the building looks not unlike a tavern one would find in a Sphere of Neblin village in the Darklands. Several Tien humanoids sit all around. The majority of them are either Kitsune or humans with very distinctly purple eyes, which you guys would know without making checks is how you identify a Kitsune who's gone into their human form.
I would put away my torches because, it's not nice to carry lit fire in someone's house.
Accurate.
Or rather, place of business. So I would put away my torches, making sure to put them out first.
Okay.
Are you sure my kind would be welcome?
You, of course! Everyone is welcome in Newly's Inn! Come! And he leans, out a little bit. Rat boy! Human boy! Come! We stable horse! We feed you! We have fresh mushroom from Darklands! Only month old! Very good! You like! I know you like! Pointing at the drow.
You have things from the Darklands?
Only 1 gold for you! Very expensive! Gug's very hungry this time of year! And he...
Do you have mushroom beer?
The Sphere of Neblin looks up at you. Do we have mushroom beer? Reaches up a hand. And what you all assume had to be the casting of Mage Hand as he snaps his fingers and the mug rotates through the air to land in his hand. Again, only 1 month old, still very good. See, Yuli will drink. He gets a little greener for a second. Very good. Only 1 gold for you.
It's like, I wouldn't care if it's a year old. Would you, I am actually a little bit short on coin, but would you accept trade and offer 2 of the daggers I have?
He picks up a dagger in each hand, flips them over. Oh, this good dagger! Good for killing Svirfneblin when you want to take a slave, yeah? Very good! He begins to kind of juggle them around a little bit. I take as trade.
No slaves. I don't do that.
Are you sure? You look very noble. Very strong drow. But carry torch. Torch bad for eyes.
I would show my my brand from the monastery. I no longer follow the drow ways.
Oh, you are from monastery. That explains silent human boy sitting in back. Okay, Julius understand. He. Oh, okay. That is good name. Good TN name. Hello, he.
Just having an NPC mess up as hard as I do.
Oh,
always amazing.
it is not mess up. It is what you say. You say he. Is his name. He is human boy, ride horse. Look very, very not well. Smell like been on road. Come. Stay at inn. Only 10 gold pieces, all 3 of you. You are with monastery. You stay as long as you like.
Oh, well, thank you.
10 gold.
Newly? What's it?
Yuli, yes, Yuli is name. I am from Darklands. We come to Forest of Spirits. We escape marauding drow people. I do not judge. You are monastery. It is good. Spirit turn us a little less gray. We do not understand, but it is okay. We are safe here.
Best not to question what the spirits in this area do and do not. They are interesting creatures. I say, just kind of glancing out back, behind myself.
What is back there? What are you looking? Is there another spirit? Is there more people who want old mushroom beer? Still good, I promise. Only slightly sick.
There was a strange spirit following us earlier. Seemed ghostly in appearance, kind of invisible almost. I just shake my head. Hopefully nothing that will bother us here.
Nothing bother us here. The Kitsune have enough magic around their village. Nothing gets in here if we do not want it to. Very safe. Except for Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin are a lot of places they should not be. Hobgoblin tried to attack village. Kitsune magic keep us safe. For now, I find myself in need of more mushroom beer. And he goes over and he comes back with 2 more and just double fists them down.
Yeah, I'll look over to Anru and say, Anru and say, how much gold do you have on you?
Actually, I don't have any coin on me at the moment. I just have the couple of items that I had yet to sell in town before we left.
Fair. I have 7 gold myself.
You need to sell item in town? Is what I hear when I am eavesdropping? Oh, Svirfneblin have many shop in village. Kitsune have been very kind. They do not like us make weapon. We not make weapon anymore. We make bowls for rice and mushroom beer. And we sell them. And sometimes we need to buy weapon, and sometimes we need to buy other things, bears and ghost monsters and hobgoblin, many hobgoblin. Oh, stinky cow monster you have appear on surface. When they appear, we have to defend ourselves sometime.
Yes, that makes sense. Well,
yeah, I do understand. I don't particularly care for the hoofed creatures that they have up here, except for that horse. That horse is amazing.
That horse does look very amazing. Horse, you want mushroom beer? Free for you. I think you are a very amazing creature. He waddles over. As he comes out, you can see that the Svirfneblin is a little, rotund, we'll say, as he begins to... He no longer has to defend himself from the horrors of the Darklands, so he hasn't... He's missing leg day and every other day, and he moves over to this horse. He says, "Here, you drink, horse. It is good." Hero puts his lips. I guess how would a horse do this? Put its lips on the cup and throws its head back, and the beer is gone. And Not even the slightest tinge of green.
Shots.
You think horse do shots? No, I not. One beer free for super special horse guy. Not shots. You want shots? You pay gold.
Let's not do shots at the moment.
Are you sure? I have good. What else can you? What make good shots in Darklands? Blightburn crystal. Little tiny sliver. Too big you get sick. Too even bigger you get very dead. But little sliver in mushroom beer. Good kick. Very strong. Very nice. I had to say very nice. There's no way I couldn't.
It's just a look of, just like, Anru can see it as a, oh god, why sort of smile.
I don't know, I like this guy.
I mean, out of character, I like this guy. In character, Tarask is like, oh, okay.
Oh no, Honor's like, no, I like this guy.
Yeah. So I guess we'll just kind of like nod our heads.
I would actually have to find a shop to sell some things before I could pay for a room, but yeah.
Yuli is understanding. You go into town, you find whatever you need. We Svirneblin, we good. We help. Kitsune, they also buy things from time to time. Sometimes, the old lord, you know, what his name again? Kuro. Ah, yes, that one. That is a hard one. That's like hee. It is hard to say. Very hard to pronounce for Svirneblin. He protect the village. Sometimes maybe he need the sword. His sword talked to him though, so maybe not so much. I do not know.
Yeah, well, we also need to actually find someone rather quickly in the Kitsune village. We have unfortunate news to deliver.
Oh,
so
that is not best. Everyone come into Yuli's tavern at some point though. Very, very small village, nothing to do. They drink mushroom beer.
I forget what Kiyome's parents were called, but I would actually ask him towards, pointing us out to the direction of finding them.
Oh, let me make a knowledge check. Let me see if I know what you are talking about with this D20 roll, he says as his eyes go real big as he understands the meta for the first time. Oh!
Too much mushroom beer.
Too much mushroom beer! Make me forget how anything work! Oh no! Who is kill me? Do you mean Angry Fox Girl? Once break Yuli's jaw?
Yes.
Oh! And he puts the beard, he can put his hand, it's very dwarven almost in nature, how far he can like jam his hand through this beard to get to his jaw and just, oh yes! Yuli remembers. She left to go to monastery. Her dad also pack big punch. They live up there.
The hobgoblins have ended her story, so.
Oh! Well, that is not good. It is kind of good for Yuli's jaw, I guess. But it is bad for you have lost friends. Oh. As I was saying, you up there on this cliff, and you can see that the village, now that you've left the forest and you've hit a pretty big clearing, the village is nestled in a little valley, and the cliffs going up are dotted with these Svirneblin buildings, and he points to one with a sapphire like the size of Tiki's truck, almost, but vertical. That door there, you see? That door, that is Kiyomi's parents.
For those listening, I am actually a truck driver, so 18-wheeler truck is what he's saying it's as big as.
The biggest thing. It's if you guys wanted to turn to chaotic evil and loot the settlement, now is the time. Do not take mushroom beer. Maybe take door. Door worth more, but good mushroom beer. Anyway, it is there.
So, if I was given mushroom beer, I would actually down the beer because, it's been that long.
1 gold.
I had given, he took trade.
I took 2 daggers, of course. What is going rate of 2 daggers? I think it might be like 2 gold. How many? What is price of dagger in this game? I don't ever buy dagger. Dagger costs 2 gold. You may have 3 more mushroom beer, or 3/10 of a room, for as long as you need. You are with monastery.
I put down 7 more pieces of gold. Well, then here's our room.
Good. Yuli is pleased, and he He pulls up his gut to reveal a bunch of coin purses around his waistline that are covered by his porcine tummy. And he puts the gold into the bag. Just, we put stable for a good horse, and you, he, and Anru, and Cat, who I now notice, Cat want mushroom beer? Does your cat drink mushroom beer? I do not see this strange purple cat creature.
Yeah, Farron just slowly turns his head towards me like, oh god, what have you gotten me into?
Almost looks like figment of your imagination. Not even real cat.
Okay, this guy's too meta for me.
Well, anyway, I would actually bow low. I mean, lower than the Stiff Neblin would ever have seen a drow bow to anyone before. Well, thank you, and I will take my leave currently.
We understand. Sometimes have multiple personality disorder. Sometimes say we when should say I. Ignore. Too much mushroom beer. That's
was never
it's
a thing is too much mushroom beer.
Oh, little one. What was name again? Did not catch.
Tarask.
No. Tarask is big. Tarask is dinosaur thing. Child of Rovagog. Eats things in Casberon. Sometimes we see their spawn in Darklands. Sometimes we have to kill them. You are Rat. You are not Tarask. Your parents were very confused.
Yes.
Here is free mushroom beer for you, and may it be that no one ever wishes you dead, my friend.
No, either that or they were very optimistic about their progeny's future.
Perhaps. Fall to evil, eat whole cities, need wish to stay dead, you know. Very good future.
Like the magic of God's wish?
No, like powerful spellcaster. You know, they cast the spell, they say, I wish this happened, and then it happened, and it oftentimes screws over the meta, and so the GM has to fix it. His eyes go back closed.
Let's get away from this guy. Let's go between characters. Oh my god.
So, yeah, let's walk away slowly, please.
Yeah. There's no slowly to it. Taraska's like, okay, gotta go now. Bye.
Why are you going away for? You come back to Yuli's Inn. You have mushroom beer. Maybe you have mushroom beer with little blight burn crystal. Oh, it burn hairs off of. Well, you are rats. It burn hairs off of no places. You like hair. You are not hairless, rat. No. And as you guys move away, just remember. This is where you stay. This is Yuli's Inn. You come back. Door is open for you. As off you go. Hiei moves into the inn, just kind of shaking his head partially from the ordeal with the spirit, partially from this porcine Sphere of Neblin man, who's much more green than the average Sphere of Neblin again, and just makes his way to the back of the common room, sits down.
Tarask will say, we got this. You just take a rest. That thing probably messed with your head a number or two.
I don't have any Buddhist sayings prepared for this session today. That was 575. Boom, we did it. Haiku!
Oh my god, you really...
Yeah, I counted on my fingers, so we got to 575. Chase said he was going to speak in haiku a bunch. I'm just trying to be the character he wants to be.
No.
I just keep walking, leaving them alone, because, I have to get up there.
Okay, sure. So as you guys begin moving through, the place, as you come in, it turns another 90 degrees, and then you move forward a little bit, and then it turns another, like it makes like a giant S shape, this valley. And it's not long before you see pretty much out of the side of a hill, a river cuts the floor of the valley in half with a couple of bridges going over. You have to cross these bridges to get to Kiyomi's family's house. The bridges appear to be made of wood, but when you walk on them, they it's almost like walking on a giant xylophone, that kind of thing, if that makes sense at all, but more discordant. Not like you're playing the C major scale as you walk down the keys. Very random intervals, just bing, bong, boom, bong, bing, ding, 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 as you move across. Several kitsune begin to take notice of you, and several of these green Sphere of Neblin as well. They don't say anything, they turn to watch you pass. When you get to where he pointed, well, rather, you get to the base of the cliff, where Yuli pointed out Kiyomi's family's house, it looks like a pretty high climb. They kind of look like gems, but again, they're like russet brown in color that seem to be like jutting out a little bit. That you could probably like get a little bit of finger hold and climb up, but there are several doors all along the side of this place as well.
Not going to be an issue. I would actually reach over and cast Levitate on the rat, and then myself, and literally just try to grab hold of the rat folks' hand and just use a little bit of traction against the wall to pull us up the thing while levitating.
Okay, yeah, that definitely works as long as Trask consents.
Yes.
Trask will consent.
Fair enough, and it's
Okay.
up you go. It's a little surreal to put your hand and then kind of like pull yourself up to make the move your center of gravity up a little and just continue to do that over and over. You have to do that for a ways, and then it comes up to a path that slopes up and around, and then you do this, and then you reach that door. It kind of settles on you guys as you reach that door. It's very real. Because you know what you have to do now.
I would probably take the Tetsubo and have it, on across my back before, kneeling on my knees in front of the door and knocking and making sure to have myself a base before they open.
Okay, sure. You are able to do so. You have to knock a couple times before somebody gets to the door.
I feel bad because Tarask, I never envisioned Tarask to be going as far with these sort of things as on Ruda, so I'm just like, am I doing this right?
Doing fine. Doing great. All characters are created equal. The woman who answers...
You also...
Go ahead.
You also have to keep in mind that Anru basically treats herself as lesser than all of the surface folk because of her past.
Fair enough.
That's the reason she's showing so much deference.
The woman who answers the door is very slight in build. She might be 5 feet tall, maybe, with short black hair that's been pulled back into a bun on the top of her head and very ashen skin. Her purple eyes give her away as being a kitsune that presently is in its not normal form. She looks down, she opens the door, sees no one, looks down a little, sees Trask and Farron, looks down a little more, sees Honor, and just, well, we don't get visitors here much. Hello.
Hello.
Please forgive the ill tidings we bring. We are here to speak with the parents of Kiyomi.
Well, that would be me. I'm her mother.
Oh, god damn it.
We have unfortunate news to bring you, but lifting the Tetsuba off of my back and showing it, she has recently passed away due to the hobgoblins.
The woman gets really quiet. Her eyes, they're kind of like half open as if you'd woken her up. They get real big for a second, and then they go back down. When was this?
To my knowledge, just a few days ago, if that we were to be at our graduation and she did not show up. And so we went to go find out where she had went, and I hate to say it, but had to glean from her journal that she had went to try to save a farmer friend from the hobgoblins. We were dispatched from the monastery at once and were unable to catch up to her before finding the hobgoblins and also evidence of her passing.
See. The woman leans back into the house.
Forgive me, our time has actually been a bit skewed. We were actually asleep for about 2 weeks, unconscious, after our own encounter with the hobgoblins, so it would have been probably almost 3 weeks now.
I see. She leans back into the house. She All of her movements are very slow, very deliberate. She's definitely like right on the edge of falling apart. Itsuki, will you come here? Please? Please? And around the corner. Well, no, not around the corner. You guys can see into the house. The door is pretty big. The house itself is definitely 100% made out of stone, and there's several carpets and pillows and those real fancy chairs that are like just kind of like half a bowl with a giant pillow in it, and that's the chair, just thrown all over the place. But like you would walk up into a living room, and then there's down on the other side, as if like the house was like one big hill. There's a big door on the other side of that as well, and that door opens, and in comes the man. Though you know the man to be Kitsune by his purple eyes, must be somewhere in the middlings of 6 foot tall, though he's got long white hair and a white beard to definitely indicate his advanced age. Muscles on his muscles on his muscles definitely indicate a man who has not lost any of his strength due to advanced age. And just, what? What is it? What do you need now? Who are these people? What? Why is my daughter's Tetsubo here? He takes it and picks it up with like as easy as we would pick up a pen. This dude just like grabs the Tetsubo. What is on this? What is this? He begins scraping the torch modifications off with his other hand that he polymorphs into a kitsune claw so he can just kind of dig into it. Why is this here? Who are you? Rat? Drow?
Forgive me. I actually acted out of turn. We were here to deliver the ill tidings of Kiyome's passing. She died about 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks hence, due to the hobgoblins.
In one swift motion, the man takes the Tetsubo and just throws it into the wall and turns around back from whence he came and storms off in the direction of that giant door. As he moves, not the one you guys are at, the one on the other side, and as he moves through, he like grabs the handle, slams it shut, and this is when the woman loses it. Drops to her knees, head in hands, sobbing. It gets real awkward is the wrong word, but you all understand that feeling of walking in on something that maybe you shouldn't have seen.
I would just remain with my eyes downcast, waiting for any type of response or the man to return. Literally, if it takes them a year to come out of it, I would not move unless someone told me to leave.
Oh my god.
Well, Mac?
The woman is crying and everything, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I'm just gonna look over to the woman. God, Taraska's not good with this sort of stuff. He's not charismatic.
The taste of foot.
Yes, well, I was getting used to everything being shoved in my mouth when I opened it, so I've not keep opening my mouth, and even now I'm feeling the taste of foot. So it's just like, okay, I'm gonna need to start putting athlete's foot mix in my mouth. Got it.
Boom! Tough acted acted. In your mouth.
Yeah.
Gargle with it.
Ew.
It's like mushroom beer. Couldn't resist.
I'm gonna look to the door of the man. Kind of like bite my lip.
Glancing to my friend, if you would like to go back to the inn, I can wait this out.
I just begin walking inside towards the door that the man went through.
Okay, the woman doesn't stop you. You make it to the
Walk up
door.
to the door and I knock.
Okay.
I knock on it.
Nothing happens.
Ah.
Tarask, we've not been invited in. I would suggest you return to your space outside.
No, he's fine. Knocking on that door is not going to help you. That door leads to the caves.
Ma'am, I actually have further things I would like to ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
It is my intention to attempt, in our quest, to locate a way to try to return Kiyome to life, and I would like your permission to seek this.
Her eyes get real big and just, of course, yes, if you think you could figure that out, and if her soul is free and willing to return, yes, please. We can't afford it.
That is something we shall take care of, I say. Again, walking
Kiyome,
back towards Anru.
Kiyome was our friend. It is nothing that you would have to do. Indeed.
I've only known her, Anru, and my other fellow members of my monastery. She was like a sister to me. At times, she was more like a brother to me.
Fighting back tears, the woman sobs, and like her shoulders come up, both in the like heavy sobbing and heavy laughing at the same time, as she gets fond memories of her daughter in what you say.
When your husband comes back around, please apologize for me about the torch modifications. I had only meant to have Kiyome with us during battle. I actually fight with torches, so I had wrapped it with the cloth that would allow me to safely use it as a weapon in her honor, because I have a strange ability in that torches that I hold do not burn out. They just continue to burn forever, as a eternal torch would. So I wish to honor her in battle by using her weapon as mine.
I see. You'll please. Itsuki is not always that angry. It's not his fault. Our blood is not entirely kitten. Well, you know Kiyome. You know how she can get. She gets it from her father.
Dragon?
He is not, but his great-grandfather made a deal with a creature that he shouldn't have, and now sometimes their bloodline makes very, very powerful individuals. Is there anything you two need? Do you need something to drink, something to eat, a place to stay?
We're staying in the Stiff Neblins Inn down at the bottom of the hill.
That's probably for the best.
But as I said, even if it costs me my own life, I shall try to return Kiyome to you.
What level spell is revive or resurrection?
Resurrection.
Yeah, we would have to use resurrection now.
7, 8, 9.
All right, so add that to the long list of things to do.
On the to-do list.
Resurrect dead friend.
Yeah. The woman looks up, just, is there anything else you need? I'd kind of like to be alone right now.
No, ma'am. But if you know of a place where I could, where the nearest inn, or not inn, but shop would be, I'm actually trying to make it to where we'd be in town long enough that if y'all needed us for anything, that you could still reach us at the inn. I'm just needing to offload a item before that so that we could afford the inn for a few days, just to make sure that y'all don't need anything from the monastery before we depart.
Of course. She gestures down into the valley where you can see doors of all the precious gemstones, but diamonds, conveniently enough, built into the side of the cliffs. Just all of the merchants are down there.
Okay.
Most people don't want to make the
much.
climb when they come to this part of the world, and many of the races from here don't like the caves. I imagine it's not a problem for you two. You're rat folk. Don't your people live in warrens? They do. Yeah, of course they do. And you, being from where you're from, it shouldn't be anything different from you. If you guys don't want to climb down, the caves do go all the way down the mountain.
Well, I was just planning on levitating us down. But thank you.
Of course, of course. Now, I think I'm going to go lay down now. And she moves towards the biggest couch chair thing that you assume is her bed.
As I said before, we plan on staying at least 3 days in the inn if you need us for anything.
I'll bear that in mind.
Well, it's got to be level 13 till we can get 7th level spell slots, and even then I don't think I get Resurrection as a spell because I only get the Arcane.
Not necessarily. We actually only have to acquire the services of a cleric. You can purchase a spell to be cast
That is
for
true.
relatively cheap.
You know, you just have to find one of those. Yeah, but finding a level 13 cleric doesn't sound like it's going to be easy.
Ma'am, could we take the Tetsubo? Having an item that belonged to the person you are trying to resurrect sometimes assists in the contacting of the soul to ask their permission to resurrect.
She moves over to it, and her husband can pick it up as easy as we pick up a pen. She has to, like, scoop it up with both arms.
I would move over to try to pick it up before her so she wouldn't have to.
If Itsuki sees it, he'll just get angry. It was his, you know. Back in the day.
Well, believe me, the next, unless something forces us to return before then, the next time you see it or us, it would be carried by your daughter.
Thank you so much. She lays down, turns her back to you guys, and just kind of any semblance of control she had is lost as she falls to just miserably crying into her pillow.
Mm-hmm. I'd go over to the door and lock it from the inside before seeing if Taras could leave so that we can leave the door and have it locked.
No, he leaves.
Okay.
He's not sticking around for that. She asked him to leave. He's leaving.
Yeah, speaking to the lady, I've locked your door, and I would close it behind me as I leave.
Okay. Sobbing is your only reply. You guys shut the door, you turn back in the direction of the valley. The sun has begun to set, and as the light from the sun plays off the gemstones that make up these buildings, it's... For Tarask, the site is brand new and just absolutely breathtaking. For Anru, it's a little less new, because, like, it's how the buildings are made down there, but to see them in full color in the light like this is an entirely different perspective, the likes of which she's never seen.
I'd pull my spare dagger, and as I walk towards the edge, before we are to descend, I would actually carve a symbol into my arm. It's not any kind of, like, what do you call it, self-mutilation for a reason. It's just a promise to myself of my intended actions.
Okay, understood.
And then levitate for both of us and try to get us down?
Sure, yeah. Nothing stops you from doing so. You descend to the ground, land lightly. Some people see it, some people ooh and ah.
All right, so moving towards where was pointed towards where the shops were, please.
Okay, sure. You're able to do so. You get there around the time that a lot of the merchants are starting to close up shop. There's a couple of them are still open, a couple of them see you, a couple of Sphere Nebulin women just, oh, you want to sell thing? You can sell thing. We stay open for a little longer. You are from monastery. Yuli told us you're here now. You are here to sell things to us. Fancy weapons and stuff?
Yes.
I take it I would pull out a from Neblin.
What?
Yeah, a masterwork.
Uh-huh.
I have a masterwork leather armor and a masterwork sickle to sell.
Okay. Those will sell for... I don't know what masterwork on either of those adds to the price off the top of my head, but you guys are able to sell...
Masterwork's 150 gold.
Yeah, it's just always 150.
Okay, fair. So...
Plus whatever the original weapons were.
Gotcha.
Weapon armor was.
Okay.
Can we also get some masterwork splint mail, or do we not keep the hobgoblin stuff? We didn't keep the
I think you guys did.
No. We did keep everything. There were masterwork katanas and things to sell.
Masterwork Sherpas. You guys can do all of the selling you want to sell is accepted. You get 50% of whatever thing's worth, and they have the money to pay for all of it. So we don't necessarily have to do it like on camera.
Yeah, just let me know. Yeah, Tiki, just talk to me about that afterwards, so that way we can quickly write that down. And then also, like,
Yeah, we will.
also,
I was just doing it to make sure we actually had the coin to stay in the end.
oh yeah, we have more than enough coin now.
Yuli leans out from his inn and shouts, "You already paid 10 gold! You are with Monastery! You stay as long as you want to! It's good for business! People see you, they say, oh look, they are from Monastery! Look at big muscles and magic, and maybe they will help fight Hobgoblin! Everything is good!"
Still paying him for another day.
That is also good! I like gold! Very greedy! It's nice to not have to defend from giant spider monsters and what else lives in Darklands? Gugs!
Shadow dragons!
Cave bears! All of scary! Bug bears! They're like bugs, but size of bears! And very scary! Now I just make money, drink mushroom beer! It's much better life, here in Forest of Spirits with Kitsune. Man, I have way too much fun. Best NPC.
You were enjoying this NPC.
He's the finest NPC.
Indeed.
Of course.
It's
Only
like,
the finest characters are made
he speaks some very weird things, but I like this one.
Speaks of weird thing.
I was uneasy of him at first, but there's a certain charm to him. His words resonate with me on an almost spiritual level.
My only worry is he would kill me in my sleep due to my past, but I believe we'll get past this.
I think that is the least of our worries.
Well, my kind does routinely enslave theirs, so there is a worry.
You've paid him for gold. I think we're good.
Not enough. All right. So returning to the
I'm just
inn.
going to turn to Newly and go, is there a fee we have to pay to make sure we're not going to get stabbed in the back during the night?
No, Yuli's stabbing days are over. He's too fat, cannot sneak. Belly slap on ground, be very loud, everyone hear me. It's not good sound. It hurt belly.
I would imagine so. Doesn't sound like it would be all that comfortable.
Yuli is only like 2 foot tall. He's not gonna do it. I grow on you like the fun guy. He is a fun guy. Yuli is fun guy. I say in comments on Twitch.
No, you. Only I can make the puns here.
Grow on you like athlete's foot of mouth. You must get tough actin and tenectin. Put directly on tongue.
Look.
Hold nose for bad taste.
I'm the fun guy here. Don't try and start me. That's what I slowly realized I should have played it forward. Just kill everything with puns.
It's not too late to multiclass. It's never too late to multiclass.
That would make sense with your ass.
How's your wisdom?
It's even better in Gestalt because you get to multi-class to different classes.
You do. The possibilities are endless. So
just like saying, Neville's in. Hey, I actually did a pretty good impersonation.
Hey, that is good, Yuli. I like. You are not quite as big as Turask, but you make good voices. It is good, very good. I try to do your voice. I cannot. It hurts throat too much clenching. Like, do you not have throat? As rat person, I do not need more mushroom beer. Takes off.
Oh my god. Poor Chase. He's missing out on the best NPC to date.
The finest NPC. This might be one of my favorites of all time. So what's your next move, guys?
Basically just to return to the inn.
Find Kuratama. Talk to people about who this Kuratama person is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apparently he's a psionic magus who uses a mind blade or something.
Blade bound Kensai, augmented blade. I think he's no. We dropped the. Eventually he drops out of augmented blade and goes into. Oh god, I don't even remember. But we drop out of it at like 10th, and then it's. Oh, I don't remember at all.
You guys are at 10th level already?
No. We're still at second. It's that game. There's not a lot of combat.
I thought you guys were still second.
We're like 2.5. But his character was built from 1 to 20 as per his patron reward. Anywho, you ask around the town, and a Kitsune man comes up and, oh, Kuratama, he stays in the headman's house. And he points across the river to the only wooden building in this valley. Well, he's there when he doesn't... protect us from outsiders. We don't fight. We stay. We tend to the kami. The kami protect us. But lately, with the hobgoblin raids, there's just so many of them. Surely he would see you if you're from the monastery.
Yes. Well, is there a bridge across the river there, or?
Yeah, there's several.
Okay.
Looks to en route to answer every question so as to minimize taste of foot in mouth. God, that session was really bad about that.
It was.
So yeah, I just make my way across the river to go knock on the door.
Okay.
Once again with the butt of a torch, because don't want to hurt my hand against the door.
Understood. Tarrasque goes here, I suppose.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna stay behind so as to make the, make the plot forwarding harder on the GM.
Suddenly, several hobgoblins appear. They don't attack, but they herd you in the direction of that house. Go this way.
Well, I could just levitate him and then kick him across.
You lightly turn end over end across the bridge. Okay, so you knock on the door. The door is almost instantly mage-handed open into what looks like a small dojo. On the other side of the room from you sits
fighting. Oh my god, I need to get back on focus today.
It's hard to be on focus, man. That's welcome to Pathfinder, where we have no focus.
If this is a dojo, I would actually put my torches on my belt and put the peace knot over each of them as if they were weapons, because they are my weapons.
Fair enough. Okay, sure.
Tarrasque puts hands in pockets. He's very comfortable with his hands in his hoodie.
Yeah.
But his hoodie robes.
You're gonna rat emo that. Rat emo.
Hey man, hoodies are the most comfortable. Pockets at gut level. It's all you need. That's literally it. That's the secret to life. Anyway, across the dojo sits a black-furred kitsune. The kitsune almost looks like wolf-like in appearance as it looks at you. Behind it is a hole in the wall, which is about big enough for like a medium humanoid to walk in, and you can see through this hole several, mostly Sphere of Neblin, some kitsune. The primary species that live here are kitsune and Sphere of Neblin, moving through what looks to be like another market set up in these caves. Without opening his eyes, the kitsune just, "You've been sent to talk to me."
I'd make my way forward, with Tarrasque.
We have been watching you. And as you move in, the door shuts, and you see a little amethyst about the size of like a human's thumb sprout these little spidery legs and skitter across the floor to come to rest on a katana that's sitting on the floor in front of this kitsune, and it's kind of like the gem in the hilt of a sword. It just embeds itself. We have been watching you. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?
Yes. We received
today apparently.
We received rather grievous wounds with some sort of poison that our master was unable to heal, pulling down my my clothing a bit to show the scar.
The kitsune sniffs the air. I can smell it from here. I can feel it in your psyche. That is no ordinary poison. And you would seek the help of my people?
If they would help one such as I, yes.
I understand. Normally, you monastery students, it wouldn't be that hard of a problem. We would go fetch the healer would tend to your wounds, and you would leave our valley. However, with the recent hobgoblin attacks, every humanoid here who's willing and able to bear arms to protect the kami fight these hobgoblins in the mountains. So this time we must ask for your help.
Mm-hmm. Looking to Tarrasque. Well, it seems that we have a calling.
Nothing surprising, to be honest.
The monastery always answers.
Of course.
That is your job.
Don't tell us how to
Indeed.
do our jobs. Yeah.
They took our jobs.
Yeah, cutscenes in here trying to take our jobs.
Suddenly, a huge pile of humanoids forms. Yuli shows up. Oh, there is Pile! I was looking for Pile. They take job. Back to Pile. It is 2006 all over again. Ho ho!
I feel so awful. Because we're just like so off topic today, but
Man, watch the last episode of A House Divided. Watch any episode of A House Divided. We always are off topic. The more fun sessions are that way.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Pulling the peace knots off of each of my torches at my belt, lifting them up. My weapons are at your service. Just point us in a direction.
Rattling.
I'm willing to help, yes.
Good. Now, I'm sure you've realized these aren't normal hobgoblins.
No, because they almost quite easily bested us the first time we met them, but now that we have a little bit of forewarning.
The inability to strategize, the monstrous howls, the green skin. Nothing to...
I thought they were red-skinned.
They are not red-skinned. Fortunately, no true Kanabo have appeared, but the presence of the Oni in their blood is strong. They would like you to think they're from Kaoling. It's not uncommon for my kind, for your kind at the monastery, to be sent to Ducharg in error. The Hobgoblin Shogunate would never dare step foot in the forest of spirits. They would be eradicated within the night. These are different. These come from somewhere in the mountains, and no matter how many we kill, they come back just as savage, just as feral. We need you to kill their leader. Something is mustering these creatures. Drive their leader out, and like the beasts they are, they will scurry like rats to the warren. But you understand how that works.
It's just a from Taras, get the whole rat scurrying sort of thing.
He speaks of rats, not Nezumi.
Of course.
No.
Did I seem uncouth? Far be it from me to judge you, little one.
No, it's... I don't know.
So,
Terminology always seemed weird to me. I never ran to warrens when I was a little one.
Well, you didn't have the more default upbringing, did you?
Fair enough.
not raised like the rest of your kind.
Between the two, I believe the two of us were actually taught to run towards the problem, not away.
Good. Because while my blade and I defend this village from the horrors of these hobgoblins, the three of you, where is your Azimar?
He is at the inn. He had a run-in with a spirit of some sort out in the forest that spoke oddly in reverse words, mixed dialects, saying that it watched and waited.
The spirits work in mysterious ways. Here's hoping your friend doesn't drink too much mushroom beer and wake up bereft of gold. Yuli, all of the little ones. Present company excluded. He puts his hands up and mock, oh, did I say something bad? They live amongst us. Their buildings are pretty. We tolerate them. But while we fight the hobgoblins, you will venture into their camp. You will sneak past them. You will kill their leader and bring me his head. Then I will take you to our most powerful healer. We will beseech him for aid.
Can this healer raise ones from the dead?
Of course.
I just kind of looked at Anru.
I would gladly accept my poison and trade off that to resurrect our friend.
the kitsune, he gets real quiet for a second. His eyes open just a little as he takes you guys in for the first time, and he sees Kiyomi's Tetsubo. I remember her. She was strong. Had she not left to go to the monastery, she would have learned to fight in our way, amongst her people. We will resurrect her in addition to healing you, if you can perform this task.
There's a bit of a narrowing at my eyes as he says the whole in our way. Like a
Okay.
Well, let us hurry then, because then our dear Kiyomi may actually have a chance to learn 2 styles.
Of course. He closes his eyes again and goes back to meditating. Pretty much it seems that he's forgotten you guys are there. Or if he hasn't, he's just choosing to ignore you.
Probably more the latter.
Yeah, that's fair.
Turning to leave, the bundle of torches on my back clinking.
Fair. Okay.
You didn't actually give us a direction. I believe I asked for one.
He points. Like I said, the whole valley is kind of like this S shape that cuts through the mountains. If you guys came in at the bottom of the S, he points towards the top. North. Into the mountains.
Thank you.
He says nothing.
Alright, so start making my way to leave. Trask and stay or come, doesn't matter.
Oof.
Fine, I'll take the hint. Go on. So you're with the kitsune focusing to judge me. God.
No, not judging you. She just has a mission to complete.
No, I said the kitsune people, not you.
Oh, okay.
Talking about our way and all that sort of stuff. I get what you're saying. But yeah, no. We'll follow. We'll follow after Enru.
Okay, sure.
Probably stop at the end to check on Hiei before leaving. Just telling him where we are.
Okay, sure.
Whoa, leaving? You mean like sleeping and then leaving? We're going to sleep.
It is getting pretty late.
Alright, if that's your choice.
Okay. You make your way back to the inn. Yuli is, of course, still there. So, hello! You returned from talk to Kurudama! Kurudama! His name also funny to Yuli. Kurudama is his name, of course. To use. Only way to do it. Did he give good news? Did you give bad news? I see you still have giant stick to beat people to death.
Yes, well, we have to use it to beat a hobgoblin leader to death. Very soon.
We need to save the head, though, apparently.
It's good to do. You save head, they see, oh, you kill hobgoblin leader. You're very good at things. We do favors now.
Yes, well, I hope they don't mind if it's a little crushed. I do tend to not leave them in their proper shape.
I know you are a drow. You like to be very terrible and torture people and take people like Yuli as slave. Sometimes killed, take pieces apart, send to various matrons, send a message. But we're past this. This is not Darklands, this forest of spirits where we sit and we get fat and we drink mushroom beer. And it is all very good. And I will not try to kill you in sleep. It will be good, but you do not kill me in sleep. We lock the doors. It will be good.
Jurassic is trying his hardest not to laugh.
I would,
He's, like, looking away.
I'd count out 20 more gold pieces and put them down beside Yuli for the other 2 days of our 3-day stay.
Okay, that is lots of money. You do not have to pay. I say 10 gold is good for as long as you want for your monastery. But I take this gold from you. It is good. And I will use it to buy things. That is how money works on surface. Lifts up gut, puts gold in sacks hanging from waist. Your friend is back there. He does not do much of talking. He says strange sayings that seem to have 5 syllables and then 7 syllables and then 5 again. I do not understand the poetry of he.
You just need to start worrying when he starts going 57577.
What is?
But those are the.
Why is that bad?
That is a death
It's-
poem.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't want those.
is he going to die? Is he sick?
No.
No, but he might start. That's just the warning. You don't want to be near him when he starts spouting those.
Oh, of course. This makes sense to you, Lee. 57757 means no.
575.
57577. This is phone number. You call, you get a pizza. And also, he is mad, and he will take lance and run through Yuli's chest, and he will be very dead. That is bad. Good
Yes.
to be alive.
Mushroom beer.
Mushroom beer!
Yes.
Now you know how to speak Svirneblin. Mushroom beer!
I think this one might be using the wrong mushrooms for his beer.
But they're only a month though. They go bad, make hallucinate after 2 months. And he clearly holds 4 fingers up. He kind of like, as he holds them up, he kind of like Spocks a little. 2 months. See, 1, 2. Why? Go away, Pixie. Go, be gone. Shoot. The Pixie come in sometime. There's definitely not a Pixie.
I'll actually just have some regular ale if you don't mind.
Only mushroom beer. What is regular ale is water. Water is in stream. You go drink. You put face down. You drink. You have that. That's how you do it. Right? That's how you use stream. Sometimes you relieve stuff in stream, but you go the upstream a little. Very welcome.
The drow would just start busting up laughing. She can't help herself.
So yeah. Gonna get food, gonna eat, drink, and eat, and then go to
Sure.
sleep.
The food is.
And
You guys can find like the typical TN fare here if you like. It's at like the bottom of the menus, but most of it is very, very Darklands in nature. Lots of things are made from fungi and mold, and it all smells kind of weird. Whether that's because you're eating to Anru, it smells wonderful, but to Rasket as a rat may also smell okay.
yeah, so I would actually order quite a large meal because it's been a long time.
Fair enough.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I know what we're doing for the next couple of days before we head out to go take care of this quest.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be at least 2 days. I did say we were gonna stay for 3. So
Okay, what is plan?
I was thinking more so along the lines of crafting shit.
Oh,
yeah, go
2
ahead.
days of crafting. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You can do that.
Because we have, a potion maker and 2 potion makers. I can make scrolls, but I don't think there's anything I really want to make a scroll of.
Sure.
well, I actually only make alchemical items. I don't do brew potion.
Oh. How much
So,
money
yeah.
did we make?
That is a question we have yet to answer.
75 plus 10 and I think 10. Not sure. Plus there were masterwork kit those, so we got at least. See, that's at least 375 because that's all the masterworks. That's not including the bows. I don't remember how many bows we got.
3.
3, so 2 more, so that's another 150. So that's 450. Plus the actual cost of the bows, which I don't know what that is. But
That
still.
is. That's in just a sec. Masterwork
Yeah, I need
adds
the cost of the
150.
bows.
Oh, for the record, in the comments
Yeah.
on Twitch, because MadMad812 is the most wonderful. Masterwork armor is plus, or rather, Masterwork weapon is plus 300. Masterwork armor is 150. So
Right.
Okay.
I thought it was
All right.
different.
Well then.
I think that's Chris. I'm pretty sure that's Chris, and he's great. He's the best ever. And shortbow
All right, so
runs
actually, in that case, it'd be quite a bit more.
Where is shortbow? Man, I'm leaving out a lot of pronouns and things. Well, not pronouns. A lot of like, instead of saying where is the shortbow, I'm just, where is shortbow? I cannot find shortbow. Where is shortbow? Where is simple ranged weapon? It is a simple. Oh no, it's a martial weapon, isn't it? I knew that. Martial shortbow will put you 30 gold apiece plus the 150. So, and then divided by 2.
Yeah, hold on. Short bows, so that's 30, 45. then what about the katanas? What's the
Katana
base
is
cost of a katana?
looking a little better. Because
That's
those are
90, I think. That's like 90, 95. It's something pretty high. I can check. Here, I should be able to pull this all up if I just would stop, focus on trying to find this one thing that's not useful and find this other thing that is useful for the moment.
Katana's 50 gold.
50,
then
so that's
350.
that's another 50. But let's see. We had 4 of those, so that's another 50, 50 apiece. So that's 50 and 50. That's 100 because halves.
Mhm. But those are masterwork as well.
Yeah, I know. I've already got the masterwork costs in there.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, so if we're just selling the weapons and my armor, and then minus the 20 gold that I just gave Innkeeper, we have 1,175.
Seems good.
So yeah, what would you like to make?
How much do we have?
1,175.
Okay, then.
That's some money.
175. I'm gonna take 600 to play with
Okay.
at the moment. Let me see what all I can do. Because first things first, I can get us freaking loaded on healing potions.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I'll take 75 gold and give the other 500 to Hiei.
Okay, understood.
plus, if I start saving up some money, then I can look into making more magical items once I get more items for it.
So if someone would make a note that Hiei needs to add 500 to his sheet.
Gotcha. I'll ping him on Discord right now.
Thanks. Alright, so let me just quickly find item creation rules right quick.
What are you trying to create? And I'll be able to tell you.
Potions at the moment. Seeing how many healing potions I can make. I know it's pretty certain it's like 25.
You talking about first level spell? Then that would be
Yeah.
25 times 1 times 1 because it's a first level spell. So it's 25 gold per blah, because they're 50
Times
normally.
1. And I'm going to go times 2 to get a caster level 2. Because I can do that. Because why not? Plus 2 HP will help. And so that's 50 gold each. And I take I do take 5% off of that, actually. How much do I take off of that? Let me check. Because I have a feat, Arcane Builder. You create items of this type 25% faster than normal and gain a +4 bonus on spellcraft checks to craft items of this type. I've chosen
Nice.
it for... That's also 25%. I think it's also 25% cheaper. Let me just quickly check the Arcane discoveries. There's a special thing under Wizards. Okay. Where are they? There's somewhere weird. Ah, yeah, here they are. Arcane discoveries. Yeah, Arcane Builder. No, that's not the thing that decreases it. Oh, is it my mind rate? No.
All right. Well, see, this is the point where we need to ask: are we doing just-in-time crafting, or are we doing actual time as well?
How does just-in-time crafting work again?
Just-in-time crafting is basically strips away the time element of crafting. It's you make the checks, you spend the money, and it's like, oh, I've been working on this for weeks, and here it is.
Yeah, that's fine. There's not going to be... It means we don't have to find like 6 months of downtime in the mid-game for the belts and stuff. That's cool, man.
Okay, so yeah, so you make your checks and you spend your gold, and once you've actually done that, you have it.
What's the DC to make a caster level 2 healing cure light wounds potion?
5 plus level of the thing, I think. I'm not sure if something.
6 plus, and probably. If it's below 17, then I literally cannot fail it.
Dude, you can't fail, dude.
I can't
telling
fail.
you right now, you can't.
Yeah, I can't fail making these potions. So that's
short of like a natural 1, you won't fail.
Not even with a natural 1. I still get a 17 on a natural 1.
But natural 1s are spooky in Tommy games.
27.
Yeah, super good. Nailed it.
Yeah, I just mixing them the next day, just not even thinking about it. Really. kind of strategizing. So, so that's Cure Light Wounds, Potion, second level. And there's, I'll have 2 of them. Anru, go ahead and put 1 in your inventory, and then we'll also give 1 to Chase. You know, to give it to him when he's back next time, because he's not here right now.
He's not.
Yay, crafty.
Yeah, it is what it is. You gotta do it. So he gets 1 Cure Light Wounds Potion level 1. Right?
Yeah, and then let me check quickly. Yep. Or no, level 2. I made it at level 2.
Right. Okay. Because the party is in fact level 2 now.
I'm gonna go ahead and quickly make
Just for anybody watching, yes, we do have a bit of homebrew going in this session.
Always we do.
Okay.
To be fair, all my stuff's official from like Dreamscard and Paizo. I'm not the homebrew. I is normal. I am
okay.
Normal.
I would like to say, how about we figure what you're actually crafting completely afterwards? We have healing potions. We don't really want to budge up the...
Yeah, man's got a point.
Yep.
I mean, because we're taking up time that could be done, you know, making a story with...
Spent killing hobgoblins!
So yeah, I guess that's what we're doing for the next couple of days, is making these items.
Sure. That happens. Nothing really, like, disturbs you guys. You get a pretty sizable room that... Sphere of Neblin architecture is very weird. It kind of like, you enter in and there's like a flat floor with a bed thing, which is mostly just like a really nice cushion with like big sheets thrown over top of poles to make a bed-esque thing, and then there's like a ramp going around the side of the room with a window at the top for kind of no reason. It's really weird, but it's also really pretty. It's just like a faint emerald that the sun shines through sometimes. Yuli, from time to time, he will come in. He offers to serve you food. Hiei stays pretty quiet through everything. Sometimes he goes out with his horse and rides around. You guys hear bits and pieces as you're mostly keeping yourselves in the inn, working about hobgoblin raids in the mountains and how somebody's kid didn't come back, or how one of the commies had to appear and the commie's ward was destroyed, and it was all super bad. It definitely sounds like if the leader of these hobgoblins isn't dealt with soon, the village could be overrun.
Yeah. As soon as the terrace, crafting is done, even if we haven't been full 3 days, I said that we'd stay.
Okay.
I suggest we actually leave.
Man, you got super quiet there on me.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can. There we go.
Okay, so yeah, once Tarask has finished crafting his potions, I would actually suggest we leave out a little earlier than previously intended.
Okay.
I mean,
because
I can take both of those days to do stuff, because I still have, even after I make myself some psionic, basically some psionic scrolls, I still have like 200 some gold for me, so that's like more attacks I could prepare, but meh.
Yeah, it's basically if you think you can get that done in 2 days, I mean, just-in-time crafting means that you actually had already been working on it previously. So,
well, I need the spell slots still, and this is me using all of my spell slots from one day.
Okay, so yeah, on the day after you finish the crafting is when I would suggest we leave.
The first day of crafting, okay? Because I could theoretically go longer, but if you want to go ahead and get going, that's fine.
Well, we're kind of having issues with hobgoblins killing people, so
that is the thing that is happening.
I mean,
okay, yeah. After first day of getting all this stuff done, let me just quickly. I do need to make some checks for the psi crystals, because unfortunately I do not just insta succeed them.
Okay.
Make it item creation rules. That's 5 plus the caster level for the item. Oh, so that's literally just a DC of 6. So that's spellcraft is gonna be what I'm using for this, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and I make 5. 5.
Oh
hey,
my god.
220.
What exactly
So-
are you trying to create?
I'm creating power stones. Essentially, I'm just grabbing stones and like little pebbles and whatnot here and there, making some etchings into them. It functions as psionic power stones. The item, it's basically the psionic equivalent of scribe scroll.
I see. Okay, so whatever it is you were making on the second and the final check, because you natural 20'd, you make. I'm gonna be super generous. For the first natural 20, you get an extra 4 of whatever it was, and for the second, also an extra 4 of whatever it was. I rolled a d4 twice and hit a 4 twice. What were you making again?
What I was making?
Probably. That seems like a good question to ask. Yeah.
I was making hammers at power level 2.
Ooh.
Which means they would roll 2d8.
And now you have some
actually
extra.
it's just 1d8 still, but yeah, so now I have oh god, okay,
Several
so
more.
4 additional,
You have
including
lots.
the one I've already made.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah, you-
Okay, so that's 8. That's 13. Okay, then.
And as you're like, you guys are spending that time working, Yuli will come in. Just, are you sure you not want to go outside, see sun? I not see sun much, and then come to Forest of Spirit, and sun is good. Feel warm. Get out of room sometime. Why you work so much? And it drives Tarask to work that much harder,
Yeah.
and
Yuli,
the extras just.
Yuli,
Yes.
I'm a drow. I don't like the sun.
Sun is bad for eyes. It hurts you, make you blind, make easier for Yuli to shank you and take all of your money and not be taken as slave. It is good. Actually, we will not fight.
I told you, Yuli, I don't do slaves anymore.
His way of peace. We are now on surface. But if go back down into caves, then you become a terrible drow again. Yuli will know. He is watching. You no sneak up on Yuli.
If I go back down in the caves, it would be to seek revenge on my people.
Oh. Yuli did not know it was like that. Oh. That sounds very bad. Yuli is sorry.
They left me for dead, Yuli. The monastery are my family now.
Yuli understands. Yuli is very sorry. Yuli has big family. Yuli knows what it would feel bad to lose family. And, like, there's a lot of children, a lot of little Svirfneblin children running around this inn that you assume now that he says this, all happen to be Yuli's. But there's no woman in the picture to have, like, been the mother of these children. It's around this time that Yuli pulls a little locket from his pocket and he opens it up, and there's a picture that you see just a glimpse of before he hides it behind a very meaty hand of a Svirfneblin woman. Yuli knows what it's like to lose some family. Does not feel good. But Yuli has bigger family now. They all over the place. They run around. They try to drink mushroom beer. They must be 6 inches taller. Then can drink mushroom beer, but not adult.
Yes. Well, you know, I'm actually quite jealous of your family situation. More of I didn't really grow up with one that cared for me all that much. So. But if it was my kind that caused the rift in your family, I apologize.
You know, sometimes the GM rolls 3d20 and gets a 34, and when you have 34 kids, that is a very big number, and you have to take care of them, and you don't have time to stop and feel feelings and be sad. I've rolled 3d20. I wanted to know how many children I had. And I have 34, I guess. Whoops! Dice are fun.
Very, very prolific, Yuli. Very, very prolific.
Very prolific. That is Yuli, and his 34 children. It's normal for Svirfneblin. We have litters. I guess is what happens. I don't know. I cannot really.
Yeah,
I cannot say. Go and fight Hobgoblin now. I must take care of children. Do not die.
Yeah. Yes. Yuli is quite prolific, considering the last I knew, the Svirfneblin only had one at a time. So yeah, I don't want to think about it. Let's go.
Okay. Yes, you know it's bad.
Anru, you are given 3 power stones of hammer. And I'm also going to give 3 to Chase. So basically, they get these little stones that they can just, in a sense, just channel my raw psionic energy out of.
Okay, sure. So you guys begin to set
Basically,
out
it's
for
a
the
1d8
mountains.
touch attack if
Seems
somebody
good.
gets up close to you.
Seems good. You guys set out into the mountains. Hiei stays behind. Actually, no. Hiei is nowhere to be found. You don't see him as you leave. You assume maybe he went out on his own, as noble warriors such as himself are sometimes wont to do. It's going to be a couple hours hike before you get really much of anywhere. As you leave the village, you kind of... It feels not unlike moving past like a... Oh, I don't know what the technical name for them is, but like when you have a bunch of beads hanging in front of a door and you move past them, it kind of feels like that. As you step outside the village, and then suddenly it gets not spooky cold, but again, like in the mountains cold. After... let's get perception checks, actually.
Farron, don't fail me now.
Oh, that's... Well, we haven't seen it yet. Was it good?
No!
Oh,
No, Farron's blind. He's blind.
Want to use that hero point?
Yeah, it's late in the day. Session's not going to last much longer. I'll use my hero point to reroll for him.
Alrighty. Much better, because it wasn't a natural one. So we got a 14, a 13, and a 19. Okay, so you begin making your way through the mountains. The stream that moved through the village, as you get outside, it widens quite a bit. It begins to fork off in a couple different directions. In parts, it's frozen over in such a way that it looks like you could walk through it. It's not hard to see the creature. It looks exactly like the Oni you guys fought in the Forest of Spirits, except this one looks a little more real, somehow. With, like, the exception of the fact that its great club is kind of just dragging on the ground. As it hits the ice in the river, it shatters it. You hear the sounds of water flowing. It doesn't seem to see you. It just kind of paces around where the river forks off in two directions. What do you? What I would
I'm
do.
just going
Try
to
to
look
avoid
to
you.
Enru and just say, last time I engaged one of these fellows, I nearly died. You get
Yes,
first
let's-
chance. And I just pat her on
Oh, no,
the back.
is it guarding the way or what?
It might be. It's really hard to say. It's kind of just pacing around.
Okay, well,
One might assume that it's guarding.
it's
could-
daylight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll cast deeper darkness on my torch.
Okay.
Daylight becomes dark,
Alrighty.
and we'll start walking towards them.
Okay. You begin approaching it, and it sees you. As it sees you, it kind of like... It doesn't pick up its Tetsubo so much as it kind of just swings it in a really wide arc from the ground to land on its shoulder, and as it does that, it swings it back down, slams it on the ice, and just... You dark thing, rat! What you doing here?
Well, we're here for a battle, but not with you. If you'd like to come with us and fight, we could.
Hobgoblins say I stand here. I guard. You want fights, you fight me.
But here's the question. Do you listen to hobgoblins? I mean, seriously, do they own you? Do they tell you what you do, what you and mighty Oni would do?
That sounds like a diplomacy check, if I've ever heard one.
That sounds like a diplomacy check.
Very bad diplomacy check, but yeah.
Okay, so I do run Pathfinder Unchained rules for diplomacy, as that is opposed by his will save. So everybody has a 5% chance to be terrible and a 5% chance to be great. Oh, where's my stats? Doing the scrolling, trying to find stuff.
This is not going to end well.
You never know. Could end super great. Yeah, that seems good. Okay, so I add more than I thought I did. Okay. I have to beat a 10. Here we go. 1d20 plus 6.
Rolo? No!
Hobgoblins pay me good money. Hobgoblins give me things like you to eat. I will not fight hobgoblins. I will fight you.
Like, do you really want to? Ah, damn!
How does that foot taste?
I know, right?
Hey!
Darkness is scary. Rat not say anything. What rat what?
I just point to her.
You know what is good? I'm switching into Yuli. That was Yuli for too long. He just shows up. You know what is good? Rat feet. Pickle. You put in mouth.
Oh my god. I knew you were a traitor, Yuli!
Tastes like athlete's foot.
The Oni he turns in Jurassic direction and just still kind of like picking up his club, just slamming it again. Just, we eat rat. Rat go on stick. We cook on fire. We eat thou.
Lighting my torch without actually pulling out anything, it just catches on fire underneath the darkness spell.
Okay.
Really?
Well, that's trippy.
Oh.
Do you really?
The creature begins to stutter, and once it realizes it has nothing left to say, it flies into a rage.
Uh-oh.
Let me assign a grid to this board.
I knew we weren't getting out of this one.
Oh,
But
you're
still,
not.
good job. Good job. Great job, Tiki.
I tried.
It looks uncomfortable.
You did great. You did good. See, this is why I was quiet, because you obviously have a better charisma than I do.
And that's why it turned to you, is I wanted to see if I could bait you into making checks.
No!
That grid is much too big. Oh no, oh no, no.
Wait, much too big? What?
The grid that I made. Size
No.
3 is gigantic. Size 1. That's much better. Alright. There's the initiative board. Roll initiative, you guys. We'll end the fight out with a fight against one of these guys. We need,
we need to be on the
Onru,
board.
and
we need
it's
to know
Rask,
how big-
and Farron. He's not that big. He's about the size of you guys. Perhaps a little bigger.
Well, he's
I
bigger
got
than
a
me.
23.
I got a
Rask,
16.
16. Onru's got a 23. You guys can arrange
Farron.
yourselves on the board. Farron goes on your initiative.
I was actually going to say Farron, it's instructed to stay back for now.
Fair enough. Okay.
I don't have control of my token.
Why don't
Where
you?
is your token?
I literally
Oh.
just pulled that from the thing that was you.
It doesn't work like that. It's not set up right. Notice that I put a token for myself down here, and that works for me.
Oh, I see.
Just have Tiki. Tiki, just drag your own token onto the board. That ought to make it work,
Fair enough.
if you can. Oh,
There's suddenly a huge earthquake as I realize I'm on the map layer. It's not a good place to be. Let's go to the token layer. That's probably why you can't move yourself, is because I put you on the map. Kill that, kill that, kill that. Token layer. So if Tiki wants to drop a Tiki in, that would be sweet.
Well, let me.
Trask.
no. No. No.
I need to roll initiative too. And then I'll put the board up for everybody to see on YouTube and Twitch. What am I? Where is my stats? I have stats. Stats are important. They go over here. My initiative is... I'm so used to looking for my perception. Now I have to look for my initiative. It's a new meta. It's actually an old meta. He's shaken. But has a natural 20.
Well then.
In his fervor, his shaken is removed. But
Well, then.
Onru's still going first. He just looks a little less mortified of the situation at hand. Boom!
In that case, I'd whip out a potion, pop the cap, and drink it. It is my mutagen, not my speed tincture.
Alright, sure. Is that your turn?
That's what I got.
Alrighty. The Oni is going to... It knows it can't. It's just normal darkness. It's not deeper darkness around you right now.
It's daylight out. It only reduces it by 2 layers. So bright light becomes normal light, becomes dim. So
Okay.
yeah, it's actually only dim light right now.
Okay. In that case, the creature charges you. It's Tetsubo swinging over to it, almost like a helicopter blade style. Just kind of angrily dragging one hand, swinging this, shouting, screaming, bellowing, and it almost sounds like giant, but it's not quite there. It's a little like pigeon of like infernal and giant. As we gonna swing, we're gonna get this. We have 28 to hit.
Oh!
Yeah, I have a 22.
I did it. For some numbers, for that much. Okay. I'm so good at this game. Plus 6 for 11 points of damage. That was a full round action as this thing charges Tarask. Big angry Oni. Well, they're about the size of like an orc, really. It's not that big. It's big for you.
So probably best option here for me is to just
Is he wearing... what armor is he wearing?
He looks to be wearing... It kind of looks like maybe like a samurai's oyori, but it's really beat up and piecemeal. Almost as if he took like a halflings don't exist in this setting, like a rat folk samurai's armor and jammed it on, and it didn't quite fit, and he just kind of got like as much on as he could. It's very, very, very beat up and piecemeal.
Breaking ice, right?
Yes. I will actually. You guys
Is it a free action to do like knowledge or like a swift or whatever to recall knowledge?
Recalling knowledge is free action.
Free action, recall knowledge. Would Arcana work on him?
Yeah, totally would. That terribly drawn black line is a river, also.
Can I also use Farron to recall knowledge, because Farron is nearby?
Yep, that's what he does.
Alright, Farron's gonna try and recall knowledge. God!
All
I'm
bad.
trying to recall if he's weak to... If he's, like, weak to ice or resistant to ice.
You're not sure. You begin to, like, rack your brain about this thing, and the nearest you can tell is he might not even necessarily be a true Oni. He looks more like just a really small ogre with Oni-esque features.
Alright, then I'm gonna hit him with, this is, This is a ranged touch attack. I'm augmenting it with an additional point to make it 2d6. And since I'm going to make it cold energy, that increases the damage by +1 per dice, so that makes it +2.
Ooh.
So energy ray with 2 power points, type cold at the guy, and this is a ranged touch attack.
Alrighty.
20 to hit. Hey! 13 damage.
That hits, and it does not like the cold damage as it crashes into it. It's kind of like its head goes back as you hit where like the third eye of the Oni would sprout, gets this not ray of frost, but basically the ray of ice is what that spell is. Eat rat hit face with ice hurts bad.
I am then going to use my movement action, because that is only a standard action to cast, to move back 25 feet.
Seems good. Seems real good. Is that all? Actually,
that's all for me.
Really quickly, roll spell resistance. I caught it before the end of the turn.
What's for spell resistance?
D20 plus caster level? Yeah.
Alright. So that's just 1d20 plus 2.
Mm.
Oh boy.
You got this. You don't got this.
8, I don't go.
The 13 damage actually is not assigned. I lied. It hits him. He's still upset about it, but it seems to kind of just sheen off him. Yeah. And now he's gonna.
Wait, plus caster level. I don't have my int modifier or anything.
I don't think you do now. No, you do not. You had your int on concentration.
Oh, if I do my own concentration, that's something else.
Yeah, you gotta do concentration though. You did the right thing. You did the right thing.
No, my concentration's +6. That would make it a 12.
Right, but it's not concentration. I'm saying rolling spell resistance is D20 plus caster level. Concentration is D20 plus caster level plus mod.
All right. Well, there you go.
And now,
Crap baskets.
Crap Baskets is going to charge.
He gets two rounds.
Oh, no, he doesn't. It's your turn. That's right. He would like 2 rounds, but he can't. He used his hero point.
You are using my my torch that was given to me by the Grandmaster. You are not eating my rat.
Both of those look pretty good. Yeah, a 19 hits right on. A 29 also hits for 28. 14 and 14 seems super good. He seems to have no real resistance to it.
No. They're lit, so it's 30 damage.
30 damage. Fire. Understood. He does kind of catch fire a little bit, and like as you hit him with the torch and his skin bruises, you can see the bruises begin to like heal up as soon as he gets them, and then the fire touches and the healing stops. And he looks pretty intent in running at Tarask, and then this happens. Just fire hurts, fire stop, heal. You will die. Is that all?
That's what I got.
Alrighty, here we go. 16 to hit.
Nope.
That's a 1d10 plus 6.
Oh wow. That's my damage roll. Let's actually roll a d20 plus 12. Or plus 10. I'm not charging.
No, thank you.
How about 25? That looks a little better.
That hits.
Now I'll roll, and they'll do 14 damage. He's going to 5-foot step over here, backing off a little bit in the direction of the river. Kind of like trying to put Tarask and Onru in his field of vision as he just kind of like, he swings his club, hits you. It hits the ground, drags through the snow. What you got, Tarask?
Well, I'm just gonna sigh internally as I realize I'm yet again useless. Slightly move forward hesitantly and cast, once again, do the energy ray. This time, however, I'm doing it with fire.
Okay, sure. Spell resistance
I heard
first.
that about the fire. Alright.
That does
17
does break his SR.
13 physical, and it is fire.
13 physical, and is fire.
13 touch AC.
13 hits his touch.
And 7 is fire.
7 is fire.
And then it deals 7 points of fire.
Understood. Continues to look really upset. As it's like backing up, you turn, and this time you're able to break through his mental defenses and just right in the nose fire. He begins to like, his face catches fire a little. His hand comes off his testicle. Oh, it's bad. Fire hurt. No. Stop regeneration ability. Speaking in meta. And if that's all.
All right, Arnold.
No. I don't bleed. You can't kill me. Onru, you're up.
Just pop a healing potion.
Sure.
That's all I can do.
Alrighty, you are outside of my threat range. I have no response. As you're healing, if that's your whole turn?
Yeah, because I have to take the move action to pull it.
Sure. Okay. Then I am going to charge Tarask. I'm upset. Fire is bad, not good for me. Natural 20 is good for me. Oh man, I'm using a Tetsubo too. Oh my god. Tetsubo's crit times 4. Alright, 1.
Okay, I get it. I was talking about making a backup. I didn't want to play the backup.
Well, I might roll badly. We'll see. Tiki has a 0 point. Plus 6.
No!
Actually, I'm going to take that hero point. I'll use it now to try to put myself into initiative before him.
Okay. Well, he would still resolve his turn. So you would go before Tarask, right after the Oni.
Well, actually, let's see what damage is. Let's see if I can, if anything, I might be able to use hero point to let him cheat his death.
44 damage.
That's flat out dead. That's not even.
That's double his.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just Tarask is dead.
Tetsubo crits hurt. But that must be why Chase was talking about building a Tetsubo Grid Fisher. It makes so much sense now.
Cheat death.
Okay.
Let him cheat death, please.
Understood. The Tetsubo comes down into Tarrasque's dome. But Tarrasque happens to be standing on a little bit of ice. Not enough to like, oh, now I'm going to freeze to death. Oops, this is worse. But like, snowbank, a little bit of ice, some snow, and the force of the Tetsubo, though it hurts and it puts you at... we'll put you at... We'll say you stabilize at 1 hit point, and it pushes you down into the snow. Consider it prone, I suppose? Yeah. As you get slammed real hard and have 1 hit point, and there's an angry Oni. Also, you're in difficult terrain, because you're, like, up to your snout? Yes, up to your snoot in snow.
Hooray.
If it's your turn, I would suggest you acrobatics check or something to try to get to me so that when it becomes my turn, I can levitate you and run us the hell out of here. Because I have 6 hit points.
It doesn't look like the Oni has much more. It's pretty beat up. It's not like mechanically on fire, but there's a lot of big bruises on it.
I'm going to try and hit it again with an energy ray with 2 more points in it.
Okay. Would you like to cast defensively?
Still. Can I take a 5-foot step while on the ground?
Not in difficult terrain.
What does casting defensively require again?
D20 plus caster level plus mod, DC 15 plus double the spell level. Should be really easy for you.
Alright, I'll try casting defensively.
The 15 is success. It's a level 1 spell, right?
Yeah.
And in that case,
it's a level 1 power.
Oh, in that case, it would fail.
Yeah.
Because you needed a 17. So you begin to try to cast, the spell just kind of fizzles. Move action, swift action, free action, immediate action. Want to have your cat attack.
I'll attack it on my turn.
What will I have Farron do? Farron... No. I'll have Farron come down in next to me and lay on hands on me.
Okay. It is successful.
Alright, and it's only level. Alright, so let's just roll 1d6.
For max, there you go.
So I'm gonna lose it in a matter of a few seconds here.
Not necessarily. Enru's turn it is.
It's still... So for my move action, can I stand up?
Yeah, that's fine. You can stand up.
Alright, stand up, and then... Yeah, that's my turn.
Fair enough. Enru?
Moving to that position.
Yep. A 25 does hit, and if you would, before we sign off here real quick, if you would be so kind as to flavor that kill.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I said stop trying to eat my rat! And I'd knock his head off.
It definitely, like, you kind of have to, like, he's probably about a foot taller than you. You have to get a little bit of a jump up there to hit him in the back of the head. But you do so, and his arms begin to, like, flail. Like, now we're going to roll a d8 for funsies. Because it's fun to hose Mac. I've rolled a 1. Okay, he falls into the square immediately above him. Just into the snow. The creature is defeated. You guys see a figure on a horse on the horizon? It might be Hiei. It might not be Hiei. We'll have to see in a week because it's time to sign off. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Guy, so much for watching. Chris, I see you there on Twitch. I'm watching you. And anybody else who might happen to see this somewhere, Black Dragon Gaming is your #1 source for Pathfinder 1st and 2nd edition content over on YouTube. Be sure to check us out. Of course, this video will get uploaded there, as well as any back episodes in case you missed out. But for now, we're out of here. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, it's still really scary.